I'm Sttowe here, and today we're going to be looking at some pop-up parade Cowboy Bebop statues. All four: Faye, Spike, Jet, and Ein. So in this review, we're going to be going over 5 different things: the box design, figure design and detail, figure material, price, and my personal thoughts on if it displays nicely, if it's investable, things like that. So to go over some quick specifications, they're all pre-painted, complete figures. The material is plastic, and the size is about 17 to 18 centimeters, around that. For Faye, you're looking at 170 millimeters in size. For Ein, you're looking at 155 millimeters in size. For Spike, you're looking at 185, and Jet, you're also looking at 185 as far as height. I believe that's kind of roughly around like 10 inches or so, maybe 11 inches. So they're pretty decently sized, with the smallest being Faye. Oh, fuck. Ein. And you can clearly see by the box, the Jet and Spike are the tallest, with Faye and Ein being a little bit shorter by a few inches, maybe like 2 inches. So it's kind of hard displaying wise to get these all together unless you have like a big shelf. Otherwise, as far as release date, the Spike and Jet came out in August of 2022, last year, and then Faye and Ein came out in October of 2022. The brand is Good Smile Company, and these are pop-up parade figures, I guess, whatever you would call it. As far as pricing, I got these on AmiAmi. They went for 4,800 yen. And currently, as of right now, are 4,080 yen. So you're looking at $30.65 each. On eBay, everything's fucking insanely priced. So you're looking at $58, the cheapest for all of these. So I wouldn't suggest getting it anywhere besides AmiAmi or some sites. There's a lot of sites that'll sell these for like 30 bucks each. So since the release of these statues, there have only been a few Cowboy Bebop statues. One was the Cowboy Bebop Spike and Faye first GIG set, which you could get individually. There was a Spike version, a Faye version, and they came together as a complete set. Looked so fucking cool. Basically just them jumping in the air, shooting their fucking guns. Currently, that goes for about 30,800 yen, which equivalates to $231.37. There was the Art FX J Spike Spiegel figure, which was 10,620 yen, which equates to $79.78. This statue was a pretty nice one, had Spike leaning against a brick wall, which was pretty nice. Then you had the SIF EX Faye Valentine figure. That was 2,690 yen, which equivalated to $20.21. A bit lower quality. It wasn't that great of a figure, which is why it was only $20. And then finally, you have the collector statues, which they come in all different ones. I've seen Spike, I've seen Ed and Ein, which had recently released as of last year, and those go from like 400 bucks and up. So those are just like top tier figures for collectors. But these, you're looking at, lower end figures, but honestly look very nice, and we'll get right into it. So starting off with Spike, absolutely gorgeous detail. He should be having a gun in his hand, which kind of confused me a little bit, but the gun is like right there on the side. But nevertheless, still very nicely detailed, and you can really see everything pretty much from inside the box. It is a little bit hard to see, and unfortunately in this showing, I'm not going to be opening this up because with these boxes, which I guess we'll just get right into the box discussion, these are great for display. You do not need to open these. They look absolutely nice to just sit, have them all next to each other. They look fine. When it comes to this kind of stuff, I am fine keeping these sealed. I don't need to open it. It shows the figure very nicely. So I like these types of boxes. They're great for display, and I think it's perfect. I can have it as a collector. I don't need to open it, and it'll possibly hold value because it's not opened. But nevertheless, the design is really nice. It's kind of hard, I guess, for my camera to really get a look, but the quality is just phenomenal. Just very nice, and Spike looks really good. Not obviously as great as like a $400 figure, but for $30, this is really, really nice. Faye, there hasn't been too many great figures of her. As I stated, there were only a few, but again, it just looks so nice. And it's just very nicely detailed for the surprising, amount of money that this costs. Unfortunately, this isn't really like a great showing, but like if you could just tell by the face, like the detail is spot on. And I'll probably show some like images of what this should look like out of box, but nevertheless still just really nice. Jet Black, and his face kind of looks a little weird-ish, I would say. Maybe the eyes, not too big a fan, but still really, really nice looking, very detailed. Has the gun in the hand. Pretty much everyone has a gun except for Ein, because Ein's a child, and you don't give children guns. Or do you? I have no idea. But got that little symbol in the back. Like, when I tell you, these are just nice, and they're all sized accordingly. Like, they're all should be, they're sized well, I'd say. On the back, you have their little, like, coloring, I guess. So, that's pretty interesting. But they're honestly really nice figures for detail. And then last, we have Ed and Ein, I guess. Ed and Ein. I was, like, thinking, what the hell was her name? And I hated this character, to be honest. I never liked this chick. I liked the dog, but very, very nice quality for what you get. So going into the rating for the box, I would probably give this a solid 7 out of 10. A kind of like low, mid, default type of range. With these boxes, there's nothing fancy about the box. At least, it's just, it shows the figure very nicely. It's good for display. You don't need to open it. You don't need to risk breaking it. You can just keep it in the box, no issues. And it shows off pretty nicely. Obviously, it's not as, like, eye-catching, but, like, it's a nice box, and I think it does the job very nicely. So, a 7 out of 10, it seems like a pretty fair grading. As far as the figure design and figure detail, I'd probably rate it a 6 to a 7 as far as detail. Again, for the price, it's very nice, but not really too detailed. I guess you would see the best detail when it comes to this one, the Ed and Ein, with just the face. The face seems to be the most detailed, and it's not like that's like a figure aspect. It's just they put like a sticker, I guess, or the way they painted the eyes very like pops out, but nothing else really does. For the money, it's kind of what you expect for a $30, $40 figure. But nevertheless, it's still a very nice, very gorgeous, and very cool display piece to have, especially if you like Cowboy Bebop. It's not shitty. You can clearly tell, the characters. So it's not like the older figures that they put out. Well, not the older figures, but the first one they ever did was probably really crummy and not as nice as a display piece, I'd say. But, a 7 out of 10 for something like this. This is really, it's pretty solid. As far as the figure material goes, again, it's plastic, which is what most of, figures are made of nowadays. So it seems like it's pretty sturdy. Again, I'm not really opening these, so I can't really test to see if this breaks easily. But I'd roughly give it a 7 out of 10 as well. It does look pretty sturdy, especially Jet's big fucking bulky arms. So it looks nice. It looks like if it falls, it won't break. So I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. If you could kind of see that ass, probably not. It's very thick, very plasticky. As far as the price goes, I would give this most likely a 9 out of 10. For 30 to 40 bucks, this is just so worth buying and displaying. It's very cheap, very nice looking. I think it's a great gift, something to buy, something to look forward in, hopefully, possibly investing in. I wouldn't buy a million of these, but nevertheless, going about the price, I think for $30, which you can get on AmiAmi each, they are very nice. That's 30, 60, 90, I can't do math, 120 bucks for the whole squad. That's pretty fire. And, I think it's well worth the price. If it was how much eBay is selling them for like 60 each, I'd say, the price really isn't too worth it. Because again, these are kind of on the lower quality type figures, but with figures nowadays, these don't even look low quality. These look really nice. So for 30 bucks, I think these are absolutely a steal to buy. And finally, the last part, investing and display, I would give this a 9 out of 10. I think display-wise, these are perfect for displaying either, in the box, out of the box. They do have bases that you can put these guys on so they don't fall if you wanted to take it out of the box. But if you want to keep it in the box, these are perfect just because of how the box is. So I think display wise, these are super nice. As far as investing, it's a little tricky. So again, I would consider this the first real statues of the characters. There are the collector's ones, which are $400 and up. So I mean, if you just want the borderline type figures that are cheap and really good looking, these are what you should get. I don't know how much of these were made, unfortunately, so I can't really say whether or not these would be a really great investment. I would argue, I think they are, being that there really hasn't been too many statues of Cowboy Bebop released. I think this is maybe the third or fourth out of everything that has been released for Cowboy Bebop. So if these are the third or fourth figure to be released, and I would consider these the first baseline figures to really be released, considering the price point, 30, 40 bucks with good quality, I would say that these are a great buy. And they could go up in price. They have gone up as far as eBay goes. You can still buy these on AmiAmi, so it's not like these sold out anywhere or you're in a rush to get these. But I think that, if you hold on to these could go up in price. I can see them, sticking around that $60 mark, $70 within the next couple of years, which eBay has it priced at. And then, who knows if they didn't make too many of these, I could see each of these, possibly going up to 100, depending on how much they made of these. If they fucking chitted these out like it's no one's business, then no, it will never get that high. But I think these are really great quality figures, very great for display collecting, and with that, comes investment, sort of. Overall, I'd give this product an 8 out of 10 and would highly suggest getting these, as I do pretty much all my figure review openings. But I wouldn't suggest opening these unless you're one of those people that like to open these. If you're on the line, I'd say keep them sealed unless you really want to do it. Unfortunately, I apologize for the lighting in this video. It is currently nighttime, so my lighting isn't too good in my room. Faye looks absolutely fucking blurry, but it is what it is. Anyways, 8 out of 10. Fantastic products. Would highly recommend. As always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this showing of the Cowboy Bebop figures. Unfortunately, there really isn't too much Cowboy Bebop figures to show, so you know, they don't really release too many statues. I like some of the clothing, but not a lot. On Ami Ami, they just recently released 4 bicycle fucking jerseys. Who cycles? Who recycles? I don't know. So I'm not interested in that kind of stuff, but I do plan on doing some JoJo figure showings. My issue, though, is that they're sealed. I like keeping and having a sealed collection because I'm fine just displaying the boxes. They're not like these where you can see the figure inside the box. So unfortunately, in order to make sure that the figure is okay and to show it, you have to actually open the box, which really fucking sucks. So I do plan on doing a video of me unboxing them, showing them. I feel like I need to do it. I'm not going to buy 2 of them because they're just so expensive, unfortunately. So I will eventually do those. And I just got to get in the right mindset to do it because I got to just fucking open it. I got to rip it open. It is what it is. They're just a fucking toy. They're a statue. They're a toy. It is what it is. So eventually I'll be doing those. As far as Pokemon cards go, still not much. I know Crown Zenith is starting to release for these big tubers. So I'm not a big tuber, so I will not get any of that shit early. I'm still thinking of doing my Arceus V boxes, which are these. They have the nice Cosmic Eclipse pack in it, and I'm just fucking dying to open it, but something is telling me not to open it because those could be worth a lot of money. They come with an alt art promo and that Cosmic Eclipse pack, so it's like I'm torn right now. And then I have some other Pokemon boxes I could open, like the Shaman VMAX, or V-Star, the Darkrai V-Star, but I feel like the amount of packs you get in them, it's good to keep sealed value-wise, so I'm like torn. I'm very torn on what to do next. Just Crown Zenith, please come the fuck out so I can fucking open you. I don't know.